If you could take a moment and go to thegrowingbanddirector.com to give at least $5 or $3 a month, and it helps the content continue to be created for you to help our profession grow. Let's go back to our scheduled episode. Excelsior Music Publishing is proud to sponsor the Growing Band Director podcast. Excelsior Music Publishing provides new music for concert band, jazz ensemble, solo and ensemble, and books for all levels and occasions, including a specially curated and robust selection of music for your contest and festival performances. A variety of overtures, marches, and lyric works included on numerous state lists await. Select music that's perfect for your contest and festival needs at excelsiormusic.com. That's EXCELCIA music.com. Do you spend valuable time all year correcting students' hand position instead of focusing on the music? Thumb Gummy solves this. These simple, cost-effective teaching aids fit on trumpets and trombones to guide the right hand into proper position, reducing tension, improving form, and giving tactile feedback so students can focus on playing, not adjusting. It's easy to use, comfortable, and designed by teachers and players, not just for your beginners, but for older students as well. Join thousands of students and bands already seeing the difference. And keep an eye out for our new clarinet thumb rest coming soon. Visit thumbgummy.com to learn more. That's thumbgummy.com. Tuner Caddy is proud to sponsor the Growing Band Director podcast. The Tuner Caddy was created by Mark Casperson, a band director with over 38 years of experience. Like most of us, he was tired of dropped tuners, wasted time, and students fumbling with their gear. So he did what any passionate teacher would do. He invented a solution. Mark designed the original Tuner Caddy after testing 57 different versions. The classic model fits right onto most music stands, holds any tuner, and even has a pencil holder. Then he added the Student Pro, a slimmer, binder-friendly with magnets, so it sticks right to the wire stands. And now there's even the TCT60M, a full tuner and metronome combo that's transposable and includes a 6-foot mic. Super practical and more affordable than most other options out there. The best part is that these tools don't just help kids stay organized, they actually improve how we teach intonation and tone. Tuner Caddy is being used by some of the top programs in the country, from Texas to Virginia, and it's even been on stage at the Midwest Clinic and Music for All Festival. You can find Tuner Caddy at tunercaddy.com, at local retailers, or through Music and Arts, Sweetwater, and Premier Music Teaching Aids. They even offer support for educators writing grants. Check them out at tunercaddy.com.
2, 1. We're live. We're live. Okay, tell us who you are and what you do and all that.
Kyle Smith. I'm the band director at Westbrook High School. I've been here about 22 years as a teacher. I also run the Growing Band Director Podcast, another band director podcast like your own.
That's right.
Oh,
and
awesome.
I know, right? And how many years have you been coming to Midwest?
This is only my 3rd year. I've been teaching a long time, but with young kids, so lots of years in between. So hopefully from here on out, it's going to be more.
Yeah. Shout out to all those parents that are at home with the snotty brats and they wish they were here instead. So what's been the biggest takeaway from Midwest over these past 3 years?
Just seeing what's possible. Learning pedagogy is always huge. You go somewhere and you're like, oh. So I remember 2009, 8 something, and I think it was the New Trier High School was over at the Palmer House or something, and Paula Kreider was doing a clinic, and I think they were doing Molly on the Shore, something very clarinet-like. And we heard them, and of course, like every band director, you're like, oh, they're fantastic. Yeah. And she stops him and says, take a millimeter more mouthpiece. And it was better, and you're like, so that thought of that it can always be better was planted a long time ago.
Yeah, there's the equal part of like, and then like, oh crap.
We suck.
Well, it's true though. Like the more I come to these things, the more I realize that I really know nothing. You know what I mean? And it's like, but it's also that curiosity. That's the thing that kind of drives us, right?
Yep.
That's why I think all these people are here.
Yeah.
Phil.
So Kyle, how long have you been doing this Growing Band Director podcast?
3 years. Yeah, it was beginning of 2022. And it just, as of this recording, tomorrow's coming out episode 222.
Holy cow.
So it's been 1 a week, maybe 2, depending on.
Wow.
Yeah.
During the summer too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kyle, are you the architect behind it?
Yeah. So I started it with a co-teacher of mine, Jeff Smith. Probably don't know that name, but from in our neck of the woods in Connecticut, he is like legendary Mount Rushmore kind of teacher. Well, he retired to New Hampshire, and then we got him as a drill writer and drill instructor. So he'd drive 2 hours each way to come to our rehearsal 2 or 3 times a week. He mentored me for a few years. Tragically, last year, passed away in a car accident.
Oh.
Well, before that had happened, we had started this. We talk all the time. And when you talk with an experienced teacher, you can say things that you and I may know, but younger teachers will go, oh, wait, tell me more about that.
Yeah.
So then one day I just said we should just start recording our Zoom calls.
Yeah.
And that's all it was. Just sort of, you're just sick of going to a professional development, and not hearing what you want to hear.
Yeah.
So then the opportunity to have that conversation with anybody you want, and like you guys do, provide that to other people. It's just
mostly for me, it's just to torture Phil and Peter. That's my goal.
Yeah, it's working.
Yeah,
you're doing fine.
Good. Yep. That's why we're never going to stop this.
Kyle, I like the idea. I can sense behind your podcast that you are never too old for growth.
Right.
In that way. So, give us like one or two things from the podcast that you picked up from various people.
Before I do that, I want to talk about do I need to raise this microphone more?
Yeah, put it wherever you like.
I mean, just wondering if it comes. So you don't care.
Nope.
Before I say that, the whole learning thing, like I was listening to like one of these health podcasts, and they said people start declining not when they retire. It's when they stop exercising and when they stop learning. That it's really about when they stop learning, that's when they're, they don't live a lot longer. So there's this zeal to continue to learn as people get older, I think is huge. Through the podcast, I've realized actually that like it's the same everywhere. Like as a teacher, if you have the relationship with your students and you know pedagogy, and then you pick great repertoire.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, it's true.
That's
Connections. Yeah, relationships, 100%. Yeah. What's so? Give us for those who haven't listened. This is like a cross podcast thing here.
Yeah.
Give us an episode that's like if you're going to launch into your podcast. What's one that they should go to immediately to get in?
Oh boy, put me on the spot here. It's hard to choose because I think they're all
bring something unique, right?
One thing we do is we have a lot of composers on, and what we'll do, like I was just talking with Tyler Grant. We had Tyler on about 7 or 8 months ago, and what we do is we talk, but we also select 5 or 6 of his pieces, and we'll hear him talk about the piece, and then we'll watch the score and sound or listen to it, so people can get repertoire ideas throughout it all. Because that's what we want. We come here to hear new pieces.
Yep.
Well, a lot of times on our podcast, you'll hear some of these new pieces.
That's brilliant
too.
Yeah.
But just master teachers throughout the country.
Love it. Love it.
That's something we don't do.
No. We
that.
ask embarrassing questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And speaking of embarrassing questions, DPI. That's an acronym. What do you think it stands for?
DPI?
Yep. DPI.
I have no idea.
You can make up anything you want.
I can't say what I was just thinking.
Okay, censor
inside
yourself.
voice?
Definitely percussion instruction.
Yes, Department of Percussion Instruction.
That's good.
Yeah.
See, he self-edits.
Yeah.
Peter doesn't do that. He just says whatever's on his mind.
Yeah. He's very heavily edited in this particular interview. It's awfully nice. I would say muted,
Because
really.
he's not here.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Peter? Nothing. Okay, good. And then let's ask this question. Oh no, that's a to-do list I'm looking at. Favorite Seinfeld episode? You ever watch Seinfeld?
Yeah, but I don't remember them enough. Just because I'm a little younger, and I like.
It's on the edge.
What I remember when I think of Seinfeld is the answering machine, George's answering machine. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. That one. Yeah,
that's a good one. How about? Are you a Park and Rec?
I like Park and Rec a lot. The Office. Yeah.
Which one's better?
Oh man, that's really hard.
It's a mean also. I know.
That's hard. I mean, The Office is what I go to, for sure. But Parks and Rec, the Andy Dwyer stuff is just, especially if you watch the Andy Dwyer, like, what do you call them? The takes, the outtakes, or the funny moments.
Oh, I got another good question here.
Where he's like, I'm going to tell you 10 secrets of mine. This is like, and he's like, I thought, real question I have is 2% milk. Like, what's the other 98%? So that show brings so much.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. Phil, you have a good question.
No, yeah, I did.
Okay.
But we can keep blathering on about sitcoms if you want.
Go ahead. No.
Okay. So we're very centrally isolated here in the Midwest as band directors. What's something that our Midwestern band directors need to know that our East Coast band directors have a little more of a clue about?
I don't know much about Midwestern band directors, to be honest.
You got to come.
I think that sums it up.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's
true. So all of you teach in Wisconsin or in the Midwest?
He teaches in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I work for the Department of Public Instruction. Sponsor. Wait. No, they don't sponsor this. Not at all. and they wouldn't want to. But he's at the University of Wisconsin-Eau Claire.
Okay.
An absolutely fabulous music educator, trombone professor, trombone performer. He's a beautiful human, has a lovely family.
Are these lies or truths?
No, this is as nice as I'm going to get.
Yeah, it sort of stops here.
And that's about it. Yeah, that's where I'm going to stop.
And Chris is a recovering middle school band director. But
as someone who's married to a middle school band director, I understand.
I think you'll probably find out more about Chris on your podcast.
A 6-step program. Yep.
Chris is sort of not a developing band director anymore. He's sort of recovering. I think
No, you were talking before about decline. In decline.
Right.
Definitely in decline. I haven't had an original idea in a long time. Favorite cocktail?
I don't drink.
Good for you. What? I can edit this. How much editing?
Brilliant content.
You do a lot of editing? No?
Where I'm just basically, because I'm just not as funny
You just
as
go,
you guys
though.
are. So we just have a conversation. And then unless there's something that's weird that I need to just edit out.
Yeah.
But basically it's not.
Do you do sound effects?
No.
See?
Well, I mean, I have an intro music that's like a lo-fi version of...
Chris brings his own sound effects with him.
I know. You have sound effects.
Well, I bought a subscription, but...
I just have the whatever that one is. I have
Yeah.
like a lo-fi version of that, but other than that...
It's nice.
Boink, or I don't do that.
You don't do those. Do you do T-shirts?
No.
See, again, these are ways to save money.
Yeah, you found the ways to spend the money.
I do.
Where do we get a T-shirt?
Right behind you.
All right.
Yeah.
What if they're not at Midwest? Just call you.
You should call me. My cell phone number is... No, you just you go on our website, Beyond the Notes Music. Just Google that. Or Beyond Artless. It doesn't matter. We've got links all over the place. But thanks for
So what's the
asking.
difference between Beyond Artless and Beyond the Notes?
So Beyond the Notes is the parent company. And it's a music festival that changes lives. It changes lives specifically for the clinicians that come every single year. Like Phil, his life has been transformed. This year we have 120 middle school ensembles coming to the Wisconsin Dells resort area, and Phil is going to clinic all of them. Actually, I'm going to put him down 120 in a row.
More
in
trombone.
In the old days, I probably did half of them.
More trombone.
Yeah. Actually, our first couple of years, Phil would go from like 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. without a break. And there was one time when he came back a little frustrated and actually chased me out of the hall. You recall that?
Yes, I remember that clinic. That was very well.
How much editing do you guys do on your podcast?
A lot. So any question that Phil asks, I usually get rid of. And then when they start like making fun of me, I tend to put sound effects over the top of that. I keep Peter's stuff. People like Peter.
It's generally entertaining. That's true.
You know, when I listen, I can't really tell if it's been edited or not. So that's good. That's a good thing.
Highly edited. And the thing is, too, we found that with our ratings, like ratings go up the less they hear from us.
That's been the main feedback from the podcast.
Yeah, the banter sucks. So like
get rid of that.
Yeah, especially like for me when I have a guest on, like you're going to be on, right? I don't know when this is going to come out or if this will even make your cut or whatever, but yeah, I don't even know what we're going to talk about, but
yeah,
I'm learning that I'm just going to let you talk, and that's going to be fine.
Just go. Just let it go. Just ramble. Okay, so what's on your bucket list? What's something that you want to achieve that you haven't done yet?
Wow, I don't know.
See how I switch gears really fast?
Yeah, I'm a trumpet player. I'm not that smart.
Well,
I don't.
Yeah. You and Peter.
Right?
Well, the easy thing would be to say something like having a band that comes to something like this.
Yeah.
Right? But, I don't want to put self-worth or everything there.
Yeah.
I just enjoy my students improving. Yeah. And I like working with them. In fact, my high school band director, Craig Skeffington, I don't know if you know that name, famous writer, he and I are the same. Like, we'd rather not even go to the concert. We'd rather, like, sweep up after the concert and have the kids just do it.
I love that. Well, it comes back to that again. That philosophy is about those relationships, and it's the stuff that happens in that room every single day.
It's one thing is great about marching band. It's like they just go, and you're in, on the sideline.
Yep, that's right. I love that. Okay, so Phil, last question. Go for it.
Oh man, from New Hampshire, right?
Maine.
Maine.
Much better than New Hampshire.
Where in state of Maine?
Westbrook.
So
Right next to Portland.
Yeah. No, I spent every summer of my life in Phippsburg, Maine,
Where's that?
south of Bath,
Okay.
right down next to Popham Beach State Park.
Wow, I don't even know where that is.
It's a beautiful part
I know
of
where
Maine.
Bath is.
Yeah. If you go down basically a little isthmus there, little peninsula
Maine
to
is
the
the
bottom
best.
of Wells. Maine is a fabulous place. Favorite lobster roll?
Oh, what's the name of the place?
Yeah, you know it.
I know it.
It's in
It's in Portland.
Wiscasset.
No. Oh, not for me.
Red's Eats.
That's for you.
Yeah, Red's Eats in Wiscasset.
Yeah, mine is Eventide in Portland. So did you know that
Eventide. Yeah, I
Portland
know.
is the foodiest town in the country?
Is it?
Portland's fantastic.
The most restaurants per capita.
Oh,
Of course, there's like 6 people who live there, so that's why we have that ratio.
I've-
But
yeah, still.
yeah,
We've got the most bars. That doesn't help
Yeah, down
anything
east
in
is really
Wisconsin.
No.
Hey, and Gerard is. We have a commission project coming to Cape Elizabeth.
really.
Yep, the part of our Commission Possible project.
Gerard Hall.
Gerard Hall. Yeah,
I didn't know
commission
that.
piece. Yeah, great
Yeah,
piece.
You
Gonna
guys
be
have something
called-
to talk about in your podcast coming up.
Yeah,
Well, I should have Missy and Caitlin on to learn about that.
that's right. They're stopping by. Yep, there you go.
Cool.
Cool. Thanks for coming over, man.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Kyle.
Is this gonna make it?
This
Oh,
it's
yeah,
gonna make
we'll
it.
get in.
This is so much better than most of our people that have been stopped by so far.
That's true.
Especially Tyler Grant. That
Fair.
was awful.
Yeah.
And see.
We sincerely appreciate you taking your valuable time and listening to the Growing Band Director podcast. Your students are very lucky to have a band director like you. If you have any suggestions for episode topics or think you have an area of expertise to share on a show with us, please reach out. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to help spread the word, please give us a 5-star review and tell your band director friends to subscribe as well. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, our YouTube channel, and wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks for listening to The Growing Band Director. See you next week.